factor these by grouping. However, when you're factoring by grouping, you have to have an even number of terms. And we actually do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put parentheses around the first two. And you look inside the parentheses and see what you can divide those by. So you can divide the numbers by 3, and you have 2 v's in each term. Now the rule for the exponent is just use the smallest exponent if there's a v in each term. Okay, now I'm going to make parentheses with what's left over. I have 3 and 3 v's. I took a 3 and 2 v's out, so that's a v left over, then a minus sign. 6 divided by 3 is 2. I have 2 v's, but I took those out. Close your parentheses. Write down the sign after your parentheses. Now if there's nothing in front of a variable, it's assumed to be a 1. Because now you're just going to look at these two numbers that are left. Do not make parentheses there, you just look at them. So between 1 and 2, the biggest thing I can divide those by is 1. So if they don't appear to have anything in common, it's a 1. So now I write down what's in the parentheses, and these other two things that are together, 3v squared minus 1. The other two things that are not in the parentheses, they have to go together. So that's actually the answer. Okay, parentheses around the first two. 10 and 14, I can divide those by 2. For the w, the smallest exponent is a squared. Okay, 10 divided by 2 is 5. I have 3 w's. I took 2 out, so that's 1 left. Then I have a plus sign. 14 divided by 2 is 7. I have 2 w's, but I took them out. Close your parentheses, bring down the minus sign, look at the numbers that are left. 5 and 7, nothing appears to be in common, so you put a 1. So I have what's in the parentheses, and then the two things that are outside the parentheses have to go together, and you are finished. Parentheses around the first two terms, I have u's in common, and the smallest exponent is a 2. So I have a 5 and 3 u's. I took 2 u's out, so that's a 5 and a u left, plus sign. I have a 3 and 2 u's. I took 2 u's out, so that's a 3 left. Close your parentheses, bring down the sign after the parentheses. And then for 5 and 3, the only thing they have in common is a 1, because it doesn't look like they have anything in common, so technically you can divide them by 1 anyway. So I've got 5u plus 3 in the parentheses, and then the other two things go together, u squared plus 1, and I'm done.